This is Mani Iyer with Kwanzu, and I'm super excited to kick off the second episode in our series, our new series. We're calling it the AI GTM Talk series. And just a little bit on us, Kwanzu, we provide an AI-powered, uh, you know, um, automation platform. And what we do is we help companies all the way from SMB to mid-market, um, increase response rates, drive more conversions by, unifying, bringing together all their buying signals so that they can do, their outbound teams can do much better, more effective outreach. We do it through a variety of tactics, from email to LinkedIn to voice calls, and the unifying of the signals that we do. Again, uniquely, we do person level, so all the way up from on the website to off of the site, to company level. So we have some account intelligence. But really, today's session is more about our guest. So I'm going to introduce him real quick, and we'll have hopefully a very, very interesting conversation all around how, and we'll get into that. So let me not give it all away. I'm going to have Karthi talk about what they all do. So with that, let me just go to the next slide and introduce our friend here. So. Karthi, welcome to AI GTM Talks. Over to you.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks, Mani and Kwanzu team for welcoming me to this AI GTM Talks. It's been a good relationship we have been building, and I've been learning a lot from you, specifically on the outbound outreach, the signals, all of these. It's been a good lot of learning. I like the first episode as well. So yeah, here I am, and I'm excited.
Okay. Thanks. And so, Karthi, why don't we kick it off? I know you're the CEO of Hippo Video. Tell us a little bit about the backstory about your company. What's been the journey like? What do you all do? Why don't we start there?
Yes. So Hippo Video is an AI video platform. We are focusing on enabling businesses multiply their customer engagement. So how do they multiply their customer engagement? Is through personalizing the videos and making it interactive. So a video as a sales outreach or a marketing campaign that reaches money will have all the details about money being reflected in the video, both the data wise, the images wise, or the clips wise, and the context also brings in that journey into that video. So that's how we contextualize and personalize these outreach programs. So that is where we multiply these engagements. So everyone who receives an email with a video or a WhatsApp text or anything, that can be personalized for each of these person receiving it. So to achieve this, you need to build videos, right? You need to create videos. So we have built that stack as well. So we help you create videos. We help you make a different contextual videos, plug it into your ecosystem, then distribute it through multiple channels. It could be email or a hosting platform or wherever you want to distribute, we allow you. And when the actual user sees it, it's more personalized and contextualized. So the whole stack we take care. So that is the key thing we provide. And we started off. Yeah, go ahead.
No. My question, I guess, a quick follow-up was, is it more of a tech platform, or do you also provide some add-on services? Is it both? I mean, what's the story?
Yes. So it's an tech platform, but we are plugging into industry-wise services as well. Like now we are focusing. So earlier we were focusing on SaaS specifically. Now we also have onboarded hospitality, automotive dealers, etc. So we build very specific services. So here the services will be integrations within your ecosystem, plugging into your workflows. So those kind of services we provide as an pluggable options itself.
Got it. No, that's good you brought that up, because that was literally going to be my next question was, what are the target markets, target segments, personas, buying groups, buying teams that you're reaching out to, you're trying to, support and serve. So it sounds like you do SaaS. You continue to do SaaS, but then you branched out into hospitality and I think you mentioned
automotive dealers. Yeah, automotive dealers. So let me put it this way. Say, if you look at video, right, it's very horizontal in nature. What you put inside, how do you deliver is the difference, right? So it is very horizontal in nature. So our platform can be used by any industries.
Right.
But how do you personalize it is where the key difference comes. So how do you integrate into their ecosystem? So for the
Yeah.
SaaS, we have already integrated into Salesforce, Outreach, HubSpot, all of these platforms. So where
Yep.
we pick up the signals, personalize the videos, and deliver it. Now, if I
Mhm.
go into hotel industry, it's about Amadeus, Delphi, or Cvent kind of platforms. If I go into
Mhm.
automotive, it's a very different setup. So
Gotcha.
the signals is where we get is very different, but otherwise it's a very horizontal platform. Now,
Understood.
if you look at the personas, we target the sales and marketing group as such. It could be
Mhm.
your sales enablement team or your sales delivery team or your marketing campaigns team. So it will be varying based on those aspects as well.
Got it. Why don't we give our audience a quick feel for what your platform is about? If you wanna, if you don't mind taking a few minutes just to give a demo, even right, like
Yes,
I think you
yes,
also had some intro, quick overview video about your product, right?
yes,
Okay.
yes. So as I said, okay, I'll share my screen.
So we're switching over to screen share. You're going to be sharing.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
I think
yes.
we tried yesterday and it was like a specific tab you needed to bring up, right? Yeah.
Yes, so I did that way. Okay.
Okay, awesome.
So
Yeah.
so you're able to see my screen, right?
Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. So there are two aspects to it, right? I said content creation is one aspect, content distribution and personalizing is another aspect.
Mm-hmm.
So this view, what you are seeing is our content creation aspect, where
Okay.
we allow you to create videos from very different sources, and the content delivery also will be very different. Like you could generate videos from images or from a PowerPoint or from a prompt or convert your existing blogs into videos. So we allow you to convert all your existing content or create new content with videos. So this is that base platform where you build these video content. As
Mm-hmm.
well, you can also create your webcam videos or screen share videos. All of this also we allow. So these are the other recording options we provide, all of these as well. Okay.
Got it.
So
Got it.
this becomes the building aspect of it. Then you
Mm-hmm.
go into the distribution aspect of it, like where you can send it as an AI avatar video or a personalized LinkedIn background. Share this tab. Okay, I'm sharing this tab. Are you able to
Got
see the other screen? Yes.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I can see. Yeah.
so you can have a camera on screen or screen camera. All of these are options. Also, you can bring in avatars, which is a
Mm-hmm.
walking, talking avatar as well, and personalize it based on your outreach. Say, assume you want to send out an avatar video, but you want to reach out to Money. Can I bring in Money's LinkedIn page as a background? You can do that automatically. You can
Wow.
do that as a campaign or their website. So it goes to quanzu.com, takes a scrolling screenshot, puts it as a background. So we try to make it very personalized as well. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
the personalization will be at very different levels. So I'll show you a couple of examples. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of our customer. How do they use their videos for? So I'll play it.
I mean, I got to tell you, my first impression is that your platform is rich. I mean, you guys seem to do a lot, right?
Yes. Yes.
Is
We
that
have
fair
been
to
building
say?
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have been building this for the last 8.5 years.
Oh,
So
wow.
we started off with the capturing video, then we did the hosting, then we did the personalization. So it's been a long journey. So building
Okay.
this video stack, that's why we have built the whole stack. Unlike our other competition who focus on only point products. Okay.
Got it. Got it. Yeah. And see, that's an important thing, I'm sure, for our folks to understand, right? The folks watching. But yeah, go ahead. So,
Yeah.
can you talk about use cases? I mean,
Yes.
typical use
Yes.
cases. What are you seeing in SaaS and software? What are you seeing in hospitality? What are you seeing in automotive? Like, how are people using your tech? Because you have a lot to offer. Yeah.
Yes. So I'm going to show you one example, right? Which is a marketing campaign. Someone gets signed up for DHL services, they get a video back like this, which is
Got
very
it.
personalized to them. Say, for
You're
example,
here. Great. Let
so I'm just
hopefully discover why we are the preferred logistics partner of organizations ranging from small locals expecting you.
so you could see their name appears within the video. Veronica is the person that this email is being sent to. Okay.
Understood.
So
Yep.
You can bring in all their company details, etc., into the video as well.
Okay.
Oh, hi.
So the Mertzler import is their organization name, right? Or you can have interactivity on the video itself. So I'll play this video for you. So the interactivity comes with the perspective of how do you allow users to interact with the video also.
Got it.
Hi.
So I'm just taking to that interactivity point so that you know it.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it takes time.
All available as a service. Let us walk you through.
So you could see the branching option comes as an introductory. So people can choose on the video itself. It becomes
on
an
the video,
interactive.
they can decide what they want to learn more about.
Yes.
HPE.
Yes.
Okay.
So what I am showcasing here is the tech aspect of it as well. You can create videos which has these avatars talk through it.
The Busy Bees internal company conference is
So
scheduled
these
to
are all
take place
automatically
25
created videos.
in the heart of the new luxury.
So you see the avatar talking through. It's all AI modeled.
I see. So that lady there, it's all AI generated.
Yes. So you can have yourself as an avatar.
Got it.
As well. So these are the things we do. And also we have video chatbots, which can answer your questions related to specific things. In this case, it answers about the RFP being sent. All of this are possible. So the key here is, yes. So the key here is understanding the aspect of how do you create content, distribute it more personalized and interactive. So the value prop is on the interactivity and the personalization, but to reach there, we have to build the other stack as well. So that's why we have built the whole stack.
Got it. Yeah, just a quick aside, Amitabh, if you want to turn off your thing, I think it's showing on the screen. Yeah, thank you. I think, and then, so, the other thing with video, obviously, I saw you had a landing page experience there, but the other thing is we are always in sales engagement, sales outreach, right? You're trying to engage the prospect. And so are there any tips and tricks and things that you see work well in terms of, even before they come to your video, come to a landing page, if how do you kind of lead people into the video experience through email, through LinkedIn? Is there anything you can show there?
Yeah. So a couple of things we need to take care, right? One, the length of the video. So it should be less than 90 seconds. That's where in sales outreach or marketing campaigns, it's the best possible time period. Because over that, you don't get the attention. So that is one aspect. But how do you build these GIFs? So when you send this as an email or as in LinkedIn, so it appears as a thumbnail. Can the thumbnail be an GIF instead of a static thumbnail? Because it gets to help them understand what is being talked in the video. So the other thing is subtitles. So those things help them understand what they are going to expect, and it should have the timestamp, how long they have to spend that time. So these three are very key. And of course, if you're sending us an email, we always say have the subject included with a video inside tag, because people really want to look at those videos. So those are all small tips, but the key aspect is be authentic on that video. What you want to convey it very short and sweet. Less than 90 seconds.
Got it. So now let's talk about the next thing for me, which is, okay, you have this awesome platform. There's a lot that it can do. And then when you go into these sales and marketing teams, who's the creator of these videos? I'm trying to understand the level of skills that are needed to use your tech. Yeah.
So actually, I would say the biggest thing we have overcome in the last 2 years, I would say, with help of GenAI is you don't have to know about how to create videos. Okay. All you need to know is what is that content it should deliver. And the product takes care of it. Okay. So the AI model understands how to summarize the content. How do you pitch it? You can feed in with some data points. Say, for example, I'll show you one quick example why it's very easy for people to create videos.
Okay. So meaning
So
you
I'm
can
just
literally explain in simple English, hey, can you
yes,
make a video for me which is less than 90 seconds that does A, B,
yes,
C, X, Y,
yes.
Z?
So
Okay.
I'm saying what is Quanzu? So just
Mm,
as an example, so should it be a sales and marketing outreach video, or it should be an explainer video? It
mm,
understands that way. Okay.
got it,
And you
got it.
say what is the templates, what are the avatars you would require. Then you
Yeah.
say next, it creates understanding about this, what is Quanzu, and
Mm,
gives you what are these you're trying to do it. So I selected information. So what it is about. So
mm.
who's your target audience? So all of these are the key things you should know about why you
Right.
are creating these videos. And the
Hmm.
rest of the things, the platform takes care of.
Interesting. Interesting.
Okay. So then I
Okay.
say generate scenes, it creates the scenes. Then you can edit it the way you want, and you can continue doing it.
Wonderful.
So the
Let's go to
key
the
is,
let's
yeah.
go ahead.
So the GenAI has delivered
Hmm.
that adaptability.
Got it. Yeah. So I want to keep the conversation moving. We have several other topics to cover. So the next thing I wanted to ask you was, how do customers evaluate your platform from an ROI or value standpoint? What are they looking for? Like, and what have you seen in terms of your happiest customers? And why? What makes them happy? Right?
Yeah. So I'll take the SaaS example. I'll take the hotel example to give you a
Mhm.
perspective, right? For the SaaS, the biggest problem is cold outreach. How do you
Okay.
engage more people? How do you bring them into a demo? How do you bring them to a conversation? Or how do you bring them to a webinar? So that becomes the nurturing cycle, right? So the key part here is how do you stand out?
Right.
In the thousands of emails you get, thousands of texts you get, thousands of LinkedIn outreach you get. So videos puts a face to you, your organization and the brand. So,
Yeah.
and you are able to engage it, right? There are so many data points which says video has become the de facto of B2B and B2C communication. How a single frame can be a picture can be 1,000 words, all of these, right? It's there.
Mm.
So it gives you that platform to engage better. So we have seen customers who have increased their customer engagement by 3x. So that's on the
Mm.
cold outreach aspect. Now, if you
Mhm.
take the hotel, etc., where they want to showcase their existing properties, existing meeting spaces, etc., how do you convey it better than in an image? So, how do you stitch them into a video and send it across? So,
Mhm.
those are the things we are seeing. So, the clear aspect is customer engagement
Yeah.
in your customer journey. It can be on the top of the funnel or middle of the funnel, or even during onboarding the customers as well.
Got it. Got it. So they're trying to measure how customer engagement response rates have improved with or without
Yes,
your videos.
exactly,
Understood.
exactly.
And I guess so obviously auto dealers are trying to sell cars. Hospitality is all about getting more people into their properties, and
Yes.
then for software companies trying to get to those meetings. Now, I think you already touched upon how AI is changing or transforming the whole video category. Maybe you can answer some related questions I'm sure people have, which is how should we, folks who might be looking to acquire, purchase these AI video tools, how should we look at the category? What are the different kinds of players? There's so many use cases, right? So, I mean, and yeah,
Yes.
how should we look
Yes.
at it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good question. So many people have that confusion. How do I
right.
compare a particular product with other products? So in videos, so video typically is not one single category. It has multiple categories within itself. Okay. So
Subcategories, yeah. Yeah.
yes, subcategories. So
Mm.
the one subcategory will be like focused towards social media engagement, like your Canva in video types of world, where
Uh-huh.
you create content specifically for social media engagement. So that's
Got it.
one type of category you can look at.
Mhm.
Then you have sales demo video platforms like your Story Lane or your Consensus type of product, where
Mhm.
you are trying to capture your product, showcase it as easily a consumable demo on your site, or when people want to book a demo. All of these is one aspect.
Mhm.
Then you have outreach platforms like your Vidyards of the world, right? We
Mhm.
are also in part of that platform, but we have multiple categories also being played in. Okay, so
Mhm.
Vidyard kind of Bomb or the ones who are in the sales outreach.
Got it.
Then you have communications like the looms of the world, right? Where you want to communicate within your teams, or you want to send out some quick communication memo. All of these is another category. Then comes personalization. So how do you have some videos? How do you personalize it for each individual? So you have Sunday Sky, you have I forgot the other name. Okay, so those kind of platforms are there. Then you have
Right.
hosting platforms, which is your Vistia, Vimeo kind of platforms. So there are
Right.
multiple subcategories. Some of them play in multiple categories as well. Like us, we play on the sales outreach, we play on the hosting, we play on the personalization. So
Got
all
it.
three we put together. Some of
But
them will
hold
play
on.
in one or two categories.
I thought you guys
Yeah.
also kind of play in that whole Loom. You're a Loom alternative
Yes.
also.
Yes.
Yes.
Internal communication.
So you are
Yes.
a
Yes.
Vidyard alternative, like a Loom alternative. You're like a hosting
Yes.
alternative.
Yes. Yes. So if you look at it as a point solution, we may look like we are doing so much, right? But actually, we are putting all these together for one particular use case, like sales outreach. So how do you actually stitch them all these together, or RFP proposal for hotels, or displaying your product catalogs for automotive dealers? All of these are key aspects.
Got it. Got it. Wow. Okay. That's quite a bit there. So can you talk a little bit about when people go out and evaluate these kind of tools? How do things look like in terms of pricing, packaging? You know,
Yes.
what's happening there in terms of? I think AI has come along, right? People talk about outcome-based pricing, usage-based pricing, as opposed to platform and user per user. Where do you guys fall in that spectrum?
Yeah. So the key aspect to understand is video per se, the category is very infrastructure heavy. So
Okay.
most of the cost, so you have to store, you have to deliver, you have to transport. So a lot of cost expense. So typically all of these people will have user-based pricing tagged with some cap on usage.
Hmm.
So that's the typical pricing everybody goes ahead with. So you
Okay.
will always have a user pegged at, but also have an usage cap on how you want to consume things. And for some of them will be only usage also, like Vistia, etc., will be only usage as well. So, but the
Okay.
usage will be a typical part of your pricing when you get into any of these subcategories.
Got it. Got it. And based on however all the products are priced, are there ones that you see uh, seem to be more amenable, friendly to startups and SMB
Yes,
versus
yes,
mid market
that's a
versus
good question.
enterprise? Yeah.
So, say like Hippo Video has a freemium options or a free option as well. So people
Got it.
can use it as a startup without any typical restriction on the features, but of course restriction on the usage we will have.
Got it.
But people can use it. So multiple platforms provide that free options as well. So
Got it.
that is where the startups can actually get into this world of video. So
Mhm.
the video is from outside looks like, no, it's not my game. I need to know so many things, but actually it is not. As I said, it's very easy for you to deliver a video, create and deliver a video. So
Got it.
that's what GenAI has provided today, right? So these free tiers, multiple products have that, enables you to try those products without any fear, and you will definitely like it. Then you can choose whether you want to upgrade or you can still stay in the free platform.
Got it. Got it. And let's talk next about. I think you touched upon this, but I was hoping we can just dive in a little bit deeper, which is uh, talk about how do people actually tie it into the workflow, into the process. If you go into a SaaS software company, AI company, let's assume it's for, as you said, the sales use case, sales outreach, sales engagement use case. Uh, where are you picking up the data points, things that you need for things like personalization, things for understanding context? The company you're reaching out to, the prospect you're reaching out to. What's the typical setup when you go
Yeah.
live when if you're any of your SaaS AI
Yes.
customers? Yeah.
Yes. So to make this happen, right, that is where the ecosystem integrations are key. So we are deeply integrated into HubSpot, Salesforce, your outreach, or your Zoho. All of these aspects we have integrated. So let me
Got it.
take a HubSpot use case, right? So in the HubSpot, you have the sequence options. Now in the sequence, you can trigger videos. So we have provided options. You can trigger videos based on some scenarios. When that is being triggered automatically, what we do is we pick that records details. We understand the domain, the email, who that person is, if there is any LinkedIn URL is available, all of these we pick it up. Then we go scrouge and create screenshots or whatever it is required as for the background, right? As well as create a script automatically based on the conversation. Then with the avatar, so all you have to do is, so Money has to create himself as an avatar on our platform and feed it into the system. Now, Money is the salesperson's contact you want to reach. We take Money's avatar, provide the script, and create a video with that background and push it back automatically into HubSpot. And the HubSpot triggers that email. So you don't have to do anything here. So it's all built it into the ecosystem. So if you take HubSpot and Hippo Video, it's all automated. If you take Salesforce and Hippo Video, it's all automated. Outreach still not there, right? Because they have not provided the API. So there may be some manual triggers required. So but the kind of automation can vary, but we pick these details by merging ourselves into their ecosystem so that we get into your day-to-day workflow. The key aspect here is you don't have to learn one more tool. So we provide you options of creating videos within HubSpot, within your Outlook, within your Gmail, all of these aspects. So it is within the ecosystem. So that is the key here.
Yeah. No, that does make a difference because a lot of sales folks, they want to be in the CRM. They don't want to get out of the CRM. And so I think you are trying to be present where they are, and you want to be integrated into their environment. That makes sense. So I think you covered the integrations piece. I think the next thing, I think we pretty much covered everything about your product, your tech, your market, who you're reaching out to, etc. So now let's talk about your own GTM, right? 2024 has been a big transition year for many of us, right? And then as we go into 2025, people are talking about how AI is coming in and transforming GTM for ourselves. So now let's switch and maybe you can talk about how are you using AI for your own go-to-market, and then what parts of your GTM has it already changed the way you do things in terms of your GTM, maybe what you were doing last year, what you're doing now, and what you see yourself doing in the next few months.
Yes. So AI, if you look at, right, that's a huge mammoth thing, right? It has multiple versions being shown across in your GTM aspect. The key aspect we are seeing are in two aspects. One, the content, understanding the persona. How do you create very different content, engaging content? So of course, the seed has to come from your team. Like, what is that content you want to build? How do you want to iterate with it? But AI has provided that option, right? So the content piece has become relatively easier for us at scale with AI. That is one aspect. The other important aspect is personalization. Understanding deeply about an account, a person, what they are looking at, what are their key problems, right? Looking through the filings, getting the important key aspect that can relate to the pain point that you're trying to solve. So those kind of personalization is the biggest impact, I would say. So earlier you have to scout through the elephant, understand the tail differently, the legs differently, but now you're able to understand it holistically. So these two aspects, I would say, has been very tremendously impacted in our GTM motion when it comes to AI. Okay. How do you bring in the context, right? The context is about content as well as about personalization. So these two has been a tremendous impact for us for the start, I would say.
Okay, got it. So have you found some interesting tools on the content side? Are you doing things around programmatic SEO, trying to scale up your blog articles and posts and scaling up your LinkedIn engagement?
Yes.
You have.
Yes. Okay. So of course, the AI tools industry is undergoing a lot of shifts and focus, right? With the new versions coming up. So we started off with Jasper, then we went to a very different tools. So there has been multiple tools, but the key aspect is how do you create these content effectively? So for that, Of course, the framework comes from you. You have to understand who's your ICP, why you want to touch with them, what are the key things they like about us based on your previous interaction with your customers or your prospects, what are the key problems they are trying to solve, how do you position it. The key aspect is positioning. Now, if you can stitch all of these and provide us a context framework for these GPT things, they provide you a lot of content. Now you have to iterate it through every single aspect of it and build it. But the key is, of course, you have to know who you want to sell to and why they have to buy.
Agreed. So what are the, talk about the GTM motions, channels, tactics. What are you finding is working best if you look at the last quarter, looking at this quarter and then ahead?
Yes. So there are 4 channels we are pursuing. Okay. Yeah. So first and foremost is LinkedIn thought leadership, right? Bringing out a lot of content that is more useful to your ICPs. So how do you bring in a lot of LinkedIn posts from yourself, your team, multiple handles? All of these you have to build in, right? So that has been a good journey for us in the sense that brings out a lot of ICPs listening to you, right? It's audience building. So there's Adam, a lot of people are talking about, including Adam Robinson, who talks about audience engagement as the new GTM, right? So that is one piece we are building. The second important aspect is influencers. How do you onboard more and more related influencers who also already have built a thought leadership in that aspect? Bring your own webinars, podcasts around them, help them engage on your LinkedIn post. All of these is another aspect. So these two drive that, I won't say branding aspect, but a part of branding, right? Bringing that thought leadership. So that is one aspect. And of course, ABM, account-based marketing. How do you pick those accounts and reach out to them with these giving you the top of funnel activities? How do you engage with them on the ABM aspect? And the most important aspect is partnership, because as I said, ecosystem plays an important role. So how do you get yourself into those ecosystem, do some co-marketing, co-selling activities? So these are the 4 typical channels we have been doubling down, and it's been working well.
Okay, awesome. So, and then let's just, as we begin the wrap up here, let's talk about just how do you see your roadmap? Where do you see AI in terms of how it might continue to transform GTM as we know it? What are you excited about, just looking ahead in terms of further innovation in the AI video space?
Yes. So there are 2 aspects, right? AI video space and AI in GTM, right?
In general.
So if you look at AI videos, it's becoming really, really easier for us to onboard a new model. There are so many models coming out. There are so many players building it out. So the key aspect is, do you want to play one single point product or one single layer, or build it for one particular vertical, right? So we have chosen the second aspect, like going in for verticals. So we are solving it holistically for specific verticals, right? So that we are very excited, because if you look at one single layer, it has undergone huge change from the avatars. 2 years back, it was only lip syncs. Today, it does actions, everything. Now it's talking about content, everything. Now Sora is coming up. They are releasing the APIs. So you can be creatively free will, right? So you can create a lot more different content. So AI video space is the most disrupted space, but for the benefit of everyone who is going to consume it or who is going to create it. So we are really, really excited about it. And the AI GTM space, I would say this aspect of contextualization and personalization is going to be really, really sharper and scalable as we go more into these kind of AI developments. I think that is the key here. So somebody is going through your journey with you as a brand, right? They will be consuming on the top of the funnel some content, then they try to visit your site, then they try to understand who you are. So you are able to track them. They are also able to understand you better. So both ways, it is going to be a lot more beneficial. So the product market fit, which used to be within the internal focus, now it has become the vice versa also. They are also able to understand who you are. Are you going to fit properly or not? So that's a important aspect I'm seeing it developing.
Got it. Yeah, I think you're right, because where we find ourselves, right, in the broader AI GTM space, is that a problem we're seeing over and over when we go from customer to customer is how do you bring together and aggregate all the buying signals, because there's so many different buying signals, right? There's person level signals on your website, off your website, on social media, around your target accounts, around your ICP personas. And then you have the ability to action or activate those buying signals on the sales side. So you do have some of these newer tools, be it an AISDR tool, some other tools, but they may not be consuming all the buying signals in their personalization process. So we're seeing that seems to be where, because it's just like everybody else, right? We've been trying to figure out, okay, where do we fit, where do we play? And last year for us was we were just offering just the signal data itself to the customer. But some people would buy it, some people would use it, but half the time they're like, okay, you tell me how I should use it best. So there's a lot of education, a lot of learning that they're also trying to have, trying to see if you can bring something to them. So, which is kind of what has been driving. That's why I was asking you the question, because we found that you can't just sell tech. So literally all of us as SaaS founders, a SaaS AI platform, tech founders, have to not just offer tech, but also offer the supporting education, training, learning services, on-demand services, implementation services.
That's what the verticalization is happening. You have to solve it holistically for them as a persona or as an industry, whatever you can choose, but you solve it holistically for them, so they don't have to stitch themselves. So that's
correct. And the whole idea of done with you, done for you, right? Which is, if you have people, if you have staff, you have your ops people to support you, that's great. Let's just plug in the gaps. Right, so it's done for you, but to make sure you're up and running, make sure you start seeing value quickly, and or the done for you is if you don't have anybody, and the done with you is you have people, right? So, are you thinking about it along those lines too, with what you're taking to market? Yeah.
Yes, that's the key aspect we are shifting ourselves towards. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So I think we covered a lot of ground here, Karthi. Really appreciate it. I'm just looking through all the questions, man. We went through a lot. We learned a lot about Hippo. Who you're serving, the markets. How AI is changing your category, all the different players. On to GTM Motion. So it has been a wonderful discussion. Thanks for that. And let's see. I think that pretty much sums it up. I don't believe. If we have any audience questions, we're happy to take them, or we can begin the wrap up. Let me put up obviously the how people can reach out, how they can learn more. So maybe I'll put up that slide. We can speak to that. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, go ahead, Karthik.
So you can reach Hippo Video and try our product from our hippovideo.io site. We have the creation product as well as the distribution personalization product. You can use both. So, and the key aspect to understand is the sales and marketing teams are our biggest focus, and we have done all the ecosystem integration, so you'll be able to leverage it better. So you can look for those integration aspects as well as the key differentiation, and also why you should look at us. And of course, you can reach to me on the LinkedIn as well as on my email that I've mentioned here.
Yeah, thanks for that, Karthi. And for the folks listening, just real quick, we're excited about the next two sessions that are coming up. We have the CEO of Tofu HQ. They have some amazing tools that is focused on the content marketing side and helping drive more engaged audiences and traffic onto different B2B company websites. And then following that, we have an amazing speaker who's going to come talk about how AI is transforming sales engineering as we know it. So helping companies be more effective in driving larger opportunities, larger deals. So a couple more sessions coming up. We're super excited about. But now back to our current session. Thank you, Karthi. I'm glad that we were able to do this.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mani.
Yeah, we'll stay in touch. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.